Okay, we're here with Chamberlain with the Chamber of Commerce. The name is crazy because it's almost the same as the Chamber of Commerce. Did people ask you
That's
about that? No, seriously.
that's how I got the job.
No, it's really weird. Like Dallas rains and everything else like that with the weather.
It's pure coincidence, but it is kind of tough to answer the phone. You have to say chamber a couple of times. People's like, what? It's like, yeah, Chamberlain with the Chamber of Commerce. You have to say it real slow.
And they're kind of like confused for a little bit
You
of
got
time.
it. You got it. You got it.
So we're gonna go over what it is to be in the Chamber of Commerce and how it can help you as a business entrepreneur, and what the Chamber of Commerce does. And I'm gonna let him have it.
Well, thank you, Ryan. I've known Ryan for a couple of years now, and when I first got this position with the Chamber of Commerce, he was one of the first people I called because I know he's a super freak when it comes down to helping small business customers. But to get to the question at hand, so what do we do here at the Chamber of Commerce? I mean, if you ask 10 people what we do, you get 12 different answers. That's because we try to be everywhere in the sense that you know, we are essentially small business advocates. We are pro business. We're a pro business organization. Always have been. Hence the name Chamber of Commerce. But what we also try to do is be advocates also of the greater community. So we also want to also incorporate government. We want to incorporate education. We want to incorporate business development. We want to incorporate everything that our community is made up of because we can't do one without the other. We need that small business on the corner. We need that major corporation down the street. So what we try to do is be a hub for each and every single part of our community. So that's what we're here for. Is to be educators, to be advocates, and just to be a hub for the community when it comes to the business sector.
Yeah, that's really interesting because I think a lot of people feel that they could do it on their own, and they could try to connect and try to network on their own, and they don't see the real power with somebody who advocates for you. Not only with the government and everything else like that and getting loans and stuff, but actually it connects with other people. You have, and just focuses on that community, on what you're doing and stuff. And that's what I really admire about this. That's why I joined and stuff, because it focuses on like-minded individuals.
Right.
And what's great is you could always come here to the chamber, talk shop, figure out where your goals are, realign the goals, and it helps you put your heads together. A lot of times, I know it's just by being an entrepreneur. I sit there alone a lot of times, employees and stuff, but not with the same like-minded people. So being with that like-minded people, being in the group and stuff, really supports that for me, and that's what I appreciate.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the reason people join. It's just just because they want to network, they want to talk to different persons in the community. It's often the case where you could be in a community for a number of years and not know the guy next door, or not know the guy across the street, or not know that they're going to change that basketball court to a skateboard park. So it's really just staying in tune with the community. It's a reason for people to congregate, to come together, and to be one voice. Just this morning, we were able to invite Mr. Austin Buettner out. He's running for mayor next year and a half, and the government portion of it comes in because when you are organized, when you represent a certain caliber of business owner, or you represent certain zip codes. Government wants to know, okay, who is your main voice? Who represents the people along your corridor? Right. And so once you're organized, you have a voice now with a bigger segment. That being maybe downtown government, state, the country. Just depends upon what organization you're with. But as long as people come together, they organize, and they have one form of opinion, that goes much further than a whole bunch of people just kind of doing their own different thing.
Yeah, I noticed that typically a governor or a mayor or whatever, they wouldn't go up to a small business owner, typically just alone. And you couldn't voice off your opinion just to them and say, hey, you know what, you're starting new, great, but I support X, Y, and Z. If you really did that, I would support you. And I think him coming here and then you voicing it, you as the entrepreneur voicing it from here, is really a leverage and a way up and stuff. But I just wanted to get your presence known on our network here, and I want to let people know that, how can they sign up for you?
My favorite question. Very simply. I mean, we are 9100 South Polder Boulevard, right here by LAX. All that we ask is that you come down, have a conversation with myself or other staff members here at the Chamber of Commerce, and really figure out what you want to do. That's our biggest goal is try and set expectations for everybody. Figure out who you are as a business owner, what level you are as an owner of your own company. If you're an experienced person, if you're brand new, and then figure out what's your hot button, what do you want to get out of it, and then also what's your other passion outside of your business. Right. I think everybody wants to get clientele. Everybody wants to get a significant return on your investment for the Chamber of Commerce, but it's also about community as well. So It's also about, do you have a passion for education? Do you have a passion for training? Do you have a passion for children? Right. Do you have a passion for legal work, whatever? Because for the most part, this organization is made up of volunteers, in the sense that we have our staff members who have a vested interest in the Chamber of Commerce, like myself, but for the most part, they're the people that make up our board and our body of membership are small business owners, they're executives in companies, they are professionals, they're doctors, right. They're people like yourself, Ryan, and they're volunteering their time, like you are. Yeah. You're volunteering your time, your energy, and your effort.
Let me say something. I think a lot of people who are watching this and stuff are probably thinking, volunteer, I don't have the time and stuff. You don't know the power of volunteering, getting your voice out, and cross-promoting with somebody else. There's a lot of power. Even Costco does it. They literally will give you a little treat, and then you get, that's a good food, and then you go buy it. That's the same as volunteering. If you volunteer your time, do a speaking engagement, even for a school or something, you will get so much credibility. That's right. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And it helps so much more than,
And a lot of people, and people are busy. I get it. People have a lot going on. If you're running your company, that's like 60, 70 hours a week. And, and if you're a parent as well, or if you have a spouse also, it's a lot going on, believe me. I understand that. But what you come to recognize is that when you do opt to volunteer, a lot of the people who you're volunteering with are high caliber people that you want to know anyway. People who are not engaged in the process, who are not in the community, who don't really do anything, will have limited customer base, so a limited community presence. But when you opt to put your boots on the ground and roll up your sleeves and fight for a cause greater than yourself and your personal priorities, that goes a long way to who your character is. I would not be here at this job right now if it wasn't for the time that I gave to the chamber as a former banker from Wells Fargo. Right. And so, I learned that lesson very, very early in my career, and I'm happy that I did because, now I'm his big brother, big sister, so I'm working with some of the high schools. I'm trying to get my time out there while I do have the time to spend to not only help with a greater cause, but also to network. You can do two at the same time. Right. And you'll find yourself, making some really strong contacts, not only personally, but professionally as well.
Awesome. I want to thank you so much for being here with us.
Appreciate it.
All right. Take care. All right.